This is my episode 5, and today I want to kind of record about the decision for you to think about building a business or a startup. With my experience, I have few experience of building a business, and one of the startups I've kind of took on a long time ago was trying to build a book, design book business. And we actually set up the company. We actually called it the Design Store, ran it for about 2 years, and very soon I found out that I had no idea about that business. Uh, it was a very weird situation, and it actually took a very personal toll to exit and come out of it. And then also, I have ventured into a fashion line business, and also got myself into a hospitality sector business. But I'm very, very happy today with Antara Solutions. I'm with a business that I very well understand, and I can very well say that in the market that I can discuss any topic related to my industry in detail with them. And most of the time, when I actually get asked to judge at a startup competition, and very recently, and I mentioned this in my first episode or the intro, that one of the reasons why I got very excited was doing this series of recordings is due to the fact that I was invited for this Morto University pitch day, and I had to sit through, and I got really inspired by it. I think most of the startup, the mistake they make is that they are very young. They have seen young people starting business ideas and really being successful. And I think they tend to get carried away with that idea. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but there is a big difference between loving something and building it. Now, most of the time when you sit through judging panels for startup ideas and pitch days and pitching events, etc., you see a lot of young people presenting product ideas. The difference between a product idea and a business is number of things. Let me explain. Most of the time, I'll give you an example. Very recently, at the pitch event, there's a great product idea. It was a kind of a survival kit that they could actually fly in to the sea using a drone, and then they can actually drop it off. Now, this can get done automatically at the time when someone actually sets off the alarm, or you can manually control it, you can have automatic, and there's a lot of stuff in it. Now that sounds like a great idea, and at that particular moment, it was, and they won the number one position in that competition. But the problem is there a scalable business attaching to it? And second part of it is that, is there a way they can defend that particular product idea? Now, there could be another company who can have a survival kit or a floating device or whatever that a drone could carry into the sea and give it. And is there and how do you differentiate and how do you fight your core product is a question mark. Second part of it is that, let's say Sri Lanka, you sell 30, 40, 100 places. After you sell to 100 places, what are the other applications of it? And how do you go from 0 to 1,000 to 10,000 to 1 million is also an important thing. Now, a lot of kids pitch. When they pitch, they actually say, oh, we'll go to abroad and all that. And I think these are just fairy tale ideas. The reason why these are fairy tales is that Sri Lanka is a market with certain relationships and networks and contexts and all that. And it's really hard to assume that you will automatically have the same thing in another country. There may be regulatory issues, there could be other network issues, there could be relationship issues that you need to first establish before you actually start taking a product to the market. Now, I feel that most of these startups, they are fascinated with the product, but how do you defend their core product against competitors, latecomers who may have a superior product? Number one. Number two is that how do you go especially from 0 to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000 and grow that business and also grow it profitably in a meaningful way is a very interesting question. And I also have I need to say this, is that one of the key ideas that I keep hearing at every pitch event is this idea about wanting to be Uber of something. And I think all of us need to get over it. Uber worked, but thinking that you can be Uber for teachers, you can be Uber for little services like plumbing and mechanical work and electric work and stuff like that. Uber for maths. I mean, these are all ideas I've heard, but there is a reason why it had not yet started. The reason is that matching the supply to a demand, the demand exists, but the supply is so unstructured and so unpredictable that a business, just because they have an intermediate platform, there's no value proposition that they can bring to the table. So while the product idea is fascinating, there's actually no business to be made. And I think most of you, when you come up with a startup idea, it's really important to differentiate and understand what is the product that I'm following. And more importantly, if you really want to be an entrepreneur and be a legend and build that amazing business, how do I translate that product to a business in a meaningful way? So once again, I'm going to keep recording these little snippets and give it up. I'm available. Right back to me.